A veteran Georgia lawmaker has abruptly resigned after the 11 Alive investigators found him discussing bills with lobbyists behind closed doors.
Chief Investigator Brendan Keefe was thrown out of the ALEC meeting in Savannah, which was funded by corporate donations. And now the group ALEC is reacting to our story tonight.
Georgia Representative Ben Harbin announced his resignation on Monday, the same day we asked him for an interview about the private ALEC meeting where we saw him seated across from the top lobbyist for the cell phone industry. Harbin won't tell us why he's leaving in the middle of his term after 2 decades in the legislature, but he told an Augusta newspaper he's leaving to become a lobbyist. This chamber is open to the public. You can sit in the galleries of the Georgia General Assembly and watch legislators vote on laws. But there's nothing going on here. On the same day the House and Senate were completely empty, at least 20 Georgia legislators were behind closed doors in a Savannah hotel, creating bills with corporate lobbyists.
If you'd please turn the camera off.
No, we can't turn the camera off.
Escort you up to your room and get your things.
Why can't the people who elected them see the process?
This is a private meeting.
All right, I'm a guest of the hotel,
not
sir.
For long. Not for long.
The sheriff's deputies who kicked our cameras out weren't working for Chatham County. They were paid directly by the American Legislative Exchange Council, or ALEC.
These police officers are operating on behalf of a private organization in order to prohibit the public from seeing laws that are going to affect all of us.
Brendan Fisher is chief counsel for the Center for Media and Democracy.
Legislators are attending ALEC meetings on the corporate dime. They're being flown to fancy resorts, having their hotel rooms paid for, their flights paid for, their meals paid for, their entertainment paid for by the exact same interests that benefit from the introduction and passage of ALEC model legislation.
If you want to pass a national law, you come here, the nation's capital. But everyone's watching. The senators and representatives are household names. But if you could pass that same law in every state, it would have the effect of a national law. And you don't have to go to 50 state capitals. You need only go to ALEC.
These companies are getting a tax write-off for doing that. They're getting a tax write-off for pushing legislation into the hands of state legislators in secret. That's because ALEC is a charity.
That's right. ALEC is a 501c3 charity. They're not feeding the homeless, they're feeding lawmakers. And the corporations that buy a seat at the table get to write it all off as a charitable donation.
ALEC on this event has said it's a task force meeting. We'll give you your room for 2 nights. Up to 2 nights and $350.
We were in the hotel bar when this state legislator from New England suggested to a lobbyist she should donate a couple $1,000 to ALEC.
One thing I've always wondered is where do laws come from? You know?
Right. ALEC is the go-to person for me anyways.
Legislators and lobbyists are given an equal voice. They have an equal vote. Both the legislators and lobbyists vote as equals on the adoption of ALEC model legislation.
ALEC won't talk with us at all.
Can we do an interview with you? Actually, no.
We were in Washington twice, but multiple requests for interviews were ignored.
See, the reason we're here is Georgia lawmakers are meeting here to discuss laws.
ALEC hired these police officers, uniformed please, paying them more than $400 each the day they kicked us out. And remember, the corporations that donated that money got a tax write-off.
If we have to pay, we'll pay. If we have to, I know, but if we have to pay to be in the room, we'll pay to be in the room just like the other corporations.
Yes, you could offer. If they turn you down, they have the right to refuse.
Okay.
ALEC sent us a statement saying our operation is not only accepted, but commonplace in the state policy arena. We received several questions from viewers. Joel Foster from Douglasville asks, 20 lawmakers from Georgia were at that meeting, but you didn't list them. Why not? Well, Joel, ALEC won't reveal its membership list, but here are the 20 Georgia lawmakers who had their meals picked up by lobbyists that weekend, according to state ethics filings. Their names are on 11alive.com right now. None agreed to an on-camera interview. Ed Fickley from Gainesville asks, so you did register at the hotel using your real name? Did you use that same real name and press ID to attempt to enter the meetings as many were open to the press? All you had to do was pay the fee to enter. ALEC claimed on talk radio that we reserved the hotel room under an assumed name. We used the name Keefe, which I assumed 46 years ago at birth. ALEC also quietly altered its media policy after the event to remove this line prohibiting the media from private meetings between lawmakers and lobbyists. Our crew wore our government-issued Georgia House and Senate press passes, but those meetings were not open to the media with or without an ALEC-issued credential.